French rail lines disrupted by coordinated sabotage ahead of Paris Olympics opening ceremony. 212's source. Can. Person. France's high-speed train lines were targeted by multiple malicious acts including arson on Friday and what has been described as an attack on France and coordinated sabotage to disrupt travel ahead of the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics. The French state railway company SNCF called the overnight disruption a massive attack aimed at paralyzing the high-speed line network. In a post on X, SNCF said a large number of trains were diverted or cancelled and asked all travelers who can to postpone their trip and not go to the station. The operator said the Atlantic, Northern, and Eastern high-speed lines were impacted, with damage caused to several of its facilities, adding that one of the acts was foiled. SNCF CEO Jean-Pierre Ferrandou told journalists on Friday that cables, which are there to ensure the security of train drivers, were set on fire and taken apart, but that authorities don't know who is behind it. An intelligence source told Cannes that French intelligence services are fully mobilized to find those responsible. The source added that these methods have been used by the far left in the past, but there is no evidence to tie today's actions to them. Travel on these lines is very disrupted, with the railway network needing to divert and cancel a large number of trains, SNCF said. Disruptions, which it estimates could impact around 250,000 travelers today, were expected throughout the weekend, affecting 800,000 passengers as work crews oversee repairs, it added. Passengers milled around outside Paris Gare du Nord train station and sat with their luggage on staircases as the disruption laid waste to their travel plans. People are a little exasperated, Raphael, a SNCF user who has been waiting for his train at Montparnasse station in Paris since 6 a.m. local time, told Cannes affiliate FINF. The ramming train center Val d'Alors said travel on its railway lines would be disrupted until at least Monday, with a fire near the tracks in Courtelaine, northern France impacting services to Paris. Ferrandou explained that they have to pull the damaged cables back together one by one, reconnect, and test them. It's a question of security, he said. We have to make sure we test them so when trains are back up and running, they are safe. Eurostar, a high-speed train service that connects the United Kingdom with France, has been forced to cancel and divert trains due to the coordinated acts of malice on French lines. In a statement to Cannes, Eurostar said that the incidents have impacted travel between Paris and Lille, forcing the train network to cancel and divert journeys and extend travel times. These incidents come just hours before the Olympic torch relay concludes and the opening ceremony begins, with more than 320,000 spectators expected to attend along the river Seine. Cannes has reached out to the International Olympic Committee for comment. Meanwhile, the Paris 2024 Olympic Committee canceled its pre-opening ceremony news conference, and Cannes has also asked Paris 2024 for comment. The French Minister of Sports and the Olympic and Paralympic Games, Amélie Oudéa-Castéra, said the disruption to the train lines are a sort of coordinated sabotage. Speaking FINF, Oudéa-Castéra condemned the attacks in the strongest possible terms and said it is truly appalling. Playing against the games is playing against France, against your camp, against your country, she said, according to FINF. Oudéa-Castéra said the incidents will disrupt travel on Friday and the weekend. We will assess the impacts on travelers, athletes, and ensure the proper transport of all delegations to the competition sites, she said. Other French officials echoed her description of the attacks being intentional. Outgoing French Transport Minister Patrice Vergrit and Valérie Pécresse, head of the Île-de-France region in which Paris lies, said on Friday that all elements pointed towards it being a deliberate attack. Vergrit added those elements were the coincidental timing, the vans found after the people had fled, and the arson materials found on location. Staff called the disruption an attack on France. In response to the attacks, Paris Police Chief Laurent Nunez said Friday that police are stepping up security and focusing manpower on the capital's train stations. Security in Paris had already been bolstered in recent weeks. France plans to deploy around 35,000 police each day during the Games, peaking at 45,000 for the opening ceremony, a spokesperson at the French Interior Ministry previously told Cannes. In addition, 10,000 soldiers will be deployed in the Paris region, an effort supported by 1,800 police officers from around the world, they added.